Put
Hey,
your eyes back in your head.
Popped out like flavor,
let me
flavor.
do.
Pry their eyes open and force them to see the truth. We will skin the sheep and sacrifice the weak. The unholy alliance has arrived.
What it do, what it is, what's happening, what's happening, what is happening. Man, OG Truth with a two, Hurts with a Z coming at you, man. I took me a couple of weeks off, man. I needed me a couple of weeks off. Uh, just had to got dang on refresh a little bit because the time football season. Just had a birthday. Thank you, Lord. I made it to my 56th trip around the sun. We're gonna chop it up a little bit. Then at the top of the hour, Mr. White, OG Big Sam, the showstopper. He gonna do his Wednesday tea. So what's happening, everybody? Everybody in the chat out there with Six MK Live, Mad Mike Podcast, along with my channel, Truth TV, which is Truth Sports Entertainment. Man, make sure y'all hit them buttons, man. Make sure y'all do the right thing, hit them buttons, man. It is football season, and the Falcons right now. I was supposed to be at the camp today. I had some transportation issues meaning I got a whole lot of shit fixed on my car, and I just didn't feel like trying to get up the flowery branch. I was supposed to take my grandson. I know he's super pissed, but look here, bro. You ain't finna be missing no school, big dog. So that's I had to throw that at him. Um, Saying what's up, to everybody in the chat. Who you got there? Is that Bobby? Bobby Boy Floyd, what's up? King Trey Way, Falcons Nation, what's up? Sherman Wood, talk to me. Marquise, what's happening? Sonya, what's happening? Um, what I'm talking about today is what's with this being all pissed off and upset about? Uh, 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 let me ask y'all something. It's just y'all just got to be mad about something. I mean, why my damn light keep going dim on here? Y'all just want to be mad about something? What's going on? Cause man, don't y'all want to see a little fire in this team? Is it because y'all feel as leader saying we need to be concentrating on executing? Let me tell y'all something, man. That shit goes without saying. Of course, you got to execute. You shouldn't have to tell your athletes, grown ass men who get paid to play a sport, you shouldn't have to tell them to execute. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going. I don't know why it's such a big. I don't know why it's such a big deal. We shouldn't have to go in all that. But what I wanted to really get into today, as I'm trying to deal with technical. I'm running through my phone today. I'm not running off my tablet, so my phone want to act a complete and total ass today. That's cool. We'll deal with it. Um, Falcons 2027 Super Bowl champions. Um, Raheem is building a team of culture. I don't give a fuck about culture. Thanks for checking in, Marquise, but I really don't give a fuck about culture. I really don't. Because coach ain't want us shit. Um, I mean, that's cool. That sound good, but I really don't care about fuck culture. When it comes to winning it, all I care about is the results. I don't care how it happens. I don't give a fuck about that culture shit. We get as as fans, we get too caught up in that shit. I really don't care. That's cool. If it matters to you as a fan, that's cool. But it don't matter to me. It really don't. I don't give. I can't really find two shits to give about no goddamn culture. Oh, you was trying to fuck with me. Oh, okay. Um, that's cool. You see me talking about Arthur Smith up there. Now, I ain't finna get into who the better coach is. That's a matter of opinion, and we can be arguing all goddamn day. I ain't finna get into who the better coach is. But I will say this, in my humble opinion, and it's my opinion. It ain't law. All right, and please don't say OG Truth made this law. But in my humble opinion, that same roster, given the same situation last year, this team gets to the playoff with Arthur Smith with the way with the way he coaches. Um, just my opinion now. I think this team gets to the playoffs last year with Arthur Smith. Um, I don't think Arthur Smith would have ran his kicker out there for goddamn 11 weeks on a bad hip on his kicking leg. I don't think Arthur Smith would have sit up there and watched, even though Arthur Smith fucked up the quarterback situation while he was here. I don't think Arthur Smith would have watched Kirk Cousins be ineffective like that, whether he was hurt or not, and not make the change sooner. Um, and you never know had he made the change sooner. Um, Arthur Smith lost his job. I will say this again. Arthur Smith simply lost his job for I'm gonna call it for what it is. Number one, he didn't kiss the media. He didn't kiss the media's ass. And in this town, you got to kiss the media's ass or cater to the media. See, the coach before him and the coach after him uh, caters to and kisses the media's ass. Uh, um, Arthur Smith didn't. You know, it got to the point to where folks was calling him a fake tough guy. First of all, if anybody know Arthur Smith, he's always had the same type of demeanor or attitude. Anybody know anything? Know anything about him, or folks talked about him? He always had the same demeanor or attitude. So, fake tough guy. Translation meaning he ain't been into no dumbass fans, and y'all know the dumb ones. Now, um, but this show is not the shit on Raheem. I already got my thoughts on him, just like I had my thoughts on Arthur Smith. But again, Arthur Smith lost his job because he fucked up the quarterback situation. That'll cause you to lose your job. Um, he didn't report a fucking headache. That headache shit was unbelievable. Like, he didn't report a headache the morning of the fucking game, and because by the way, a game that we won, despite 3 turnovers in that game. A lot of people blamed all 3 of them on Ritter. If that's how you feel, if you want to stand on that hill, that's fine. Everybody sees shit through different lenses. I don't think all 3 of the turnovers were on Ritter. um, um, like I said, those are the three things. He didn't kiss the media's ass. He fucked up the quarterback situation and that fucking Bijan Robinson headache situation. Other than that, Arthur Smith came in here and took over a goddamn team that was projected to win 0 games, 0 to 2 games by a lot of prognosticators, media, and a bunch of other overly smart dumb motherfuckers. Um, and he took that team and went 7-9. Then the following year, while we were still fucked up cap wise, he took that team and went 7-10. That third straight year, 7-10, when the team got a little bit better, when the team got out of cap hell, I guess it was time to move on from Arthur Smith. Now Raheem comes in here with a you had a lot of fans. Y'all had a lot of fans, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but you had a lot of fans who projected us to make a very deep motherfucking playoff run. And when they was doing it, I told a few of my partners, I said, hold on, bro, wait a minute now. Goddamn, you got us going from 7-10 to the Super Bowl because we brought in Simmons and Judon. The minute we signed Simmons and Judon, motherfuckers start making reservations for the Super Bowl. I said, shit, let's do what our fearless leader said: outrun the South first. Can we at least do that? And we did, and we wasn't able to successfully accomplish that. Um, so when I got Arthur Smith versus Raheem Morris, that's what I'm talking about on just what on this past season. I feel like if that wasn't Arthur Smith had that same personnel with the same situations that Raheem Morris deal with, I feel like we would have made a playoff run. And you never know. We probably could have made a deep playoff run. You know why? Because look at the two teams that were in the NFC Championship game last year. You had the Philadelphia Eagles, who we beat on a Monday Night Football game, and you had the Washington Redskins. I still call them the Redskins, who, if we had a healthy kicker, we would have beat them. And we saw what Philadelphia did in the Super Bowl. So we could be easily sitting here saying we were Super Bowl champs. Um, um, Raheem is our fearful leader. That's cool. I mean, listen. Hey, I don't have a problem with him showing leadership at all. I just need this shit to transfer. Listen, we done heard all the speeches. We done heard all the rah rah and the speeches and all that shit there. And all this shit sound good. Um, I tell you what, Raheem, you just deal with the media. Let your coaches coach. Um, take advantage of the opportunities that you have that the prior coaches didn't have. Um, so that's cool. He could be our he could be our fearless or fearful leader. However, um, look, I done heard all the talk. The shit got at a certain point. The shit got to transfer to the football field. I mean, it's just that simple. Um, I heard a lot going on. There was a lot going on at the practice this morning. Said a couple scraps done broke out. I don't like hearing that our quarterback was in the middle of scrap. Um, I mean, yeah. I mean, I like the toughness is being showed, but get my goddamn quarterback up out of it. I don't give a damn about all those other scraps that's going on. Cool, but get my goddamn quarterback. What be funny is those football players got to be the dumbest fighters ever. Y'all out there swinging at each other, taking all these goddamn shots at each other with all that goddamn equipment on with bare hands. I don't understand that. You like it's almost like getting mad and going and punching a brick wall. Like your hands is not going to win against that brick wall. So get my goddamn quarterback out of there. Them old linemen, let them motherfuckers have some Mexican standoff. I hear Caleb McGarry out there mixing it up a lot. That's cool. Now, to now in defense of Raheem, what What Raheem is saying is, let's not get too caught up into that. Now, from that aspect, from that standpoint, that's cool. Let's not get too caught up in all of that shit now. All right, let's remember we here to play the game of football. But we definitely, as fans, we definitely need to see some signs of life from that standpoint when it comes to this team. All right. And real quick, thoughts and prayers continue to go out to the young man that got injured last week. Good that he's up, moving around. Good he's able to talk and tweet. That was a pretty scary situation. And to all of you trainers, coaches, teachers of the game of football, make sure y'all teach these kids to play the game the right way. If you already teaching them to play the right way, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all those who, y'all know who I'm talking to. Start training these goddamn kids out here. First of all, y'all got to get these kids some more reps in pads. We basically letting this 7-on-7 shit. Y'all basically about to turn into flag football. These kids got to have reps in pads. Now it's just out there goddamn playing flag football. Another thing, teach these kids how to tackle and stop teaching them to be fucking headhunters. What's up, little bro? Yeah, I'm glad he is healthy. Concentrate, like little brother said, concentrate more on the fundamentals. Let's do that. I get it. I get it. For all you tough guys out here, you don't want my boy ain't gonna be soft. My boy ain't gonna be no punk. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, yeah, I say that shit too. I say it as well. But look here, I also make sure that right now in my case, it's my grandkid. I make sure that my grandkid, whatever he's doing, make sure he's playing. He's learning to play the game the right way. Right now, my grandson is playing baseball. And he just had his first year of flag football. Let me tell you something about this little joker. This little joker out there playing flag football. They put him out there receiver. It became abundantly clear off the rip that he was the best player on the team. So he done went out there and like they first 5 or 6 games, he scored all they goddamn touchdowns. He was the only one scoring touchdown. So he done went to he done granddad, I'm ready for travel football now. I'm ready. I said, boy, cause you out there scoring on some goddamn scoring with some flags on your hip. You think you ready? I'm telling you, Grandpa, I'm ready. I said, shit. Boy, the minute you got there, get your ass folded up out there, you gonna be hollering. Cause when he get mad during baseball practice, he go to hollering about his asthma when he don't want to exercise. I said, okay, we'll see. So I talked to his dad. I talked to his dad and my daughter's baby dad. He like, Pop, I'm telling you, he ready. I said, okay, we get him signed up. We get his ass signed up. So I ain't heard nothing yet. But nevertheless, whoever out there coaching my grandson, I want him teaching him how to play the game of football. Um, boy, let me tell you something. Well, now my grandson ain't soft now. He ain't scared to mix it up a little bit. But boy, I need to see how he look first time the goddamn when he get hit so goddamn hard, that goddamn helmet be turned sideways. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, you coaches and you trainers out there, man, y'all make sure that y'all put more emphasis on fundamentals and teaching these kids to play the game the right way. Listen, a lot of us Falcon fans are Georgia fans. Say what the fuck you want to about Kirby Smart, whatever the case, this, that, and the third. That's between you and however you feel about Kirby Smart. But if you look at Georgia's defense, all them tackle well. Hey, just about everybody who played defense under the curve in the Kirby Smart regime, they know how to tackle. They tackle properly and tackle the right way. They wrap up at Georgia. every so often you're gonna see a couple of kids out there doing too much. All that listen, all that fucking. First of all, what I see a lot of, and it's all the way for listen. Whether I go up here to Old National Park and watch some park ball, or go to here to Banneker High School to watch high school ball, or I watch some college ball on TV or pro ball. I see people leaving their goddamn feet too much. Stay on your goddamn feet. When I stopped coaching football once I started getting paid to coach baseball. Because when I started getting paid to coach baseball, that required my time year round. But when I was coaching football, I was a defensive coordinator, and I used to raise a whole lot of hell about staying on your guy. What you leave your feet for? If ain't nobody knock you off your feet, or if you ain't trying to dive to stop a motherfucker from that's 2 feet in front of you from scoring a touchdown, why do these tacklers and defenders leave their feet so much? Stay on your goddamn feet. And if it's my guess, that played a part in what happened to the Norris kid. Um, yeah. Jalen Walker is a perfect example. Like those Georgia kids know how to tackle. I ain't saying they won't make mistakes out there or get burnt or get ran over or it's happened. It's the human element of the sport. I get it, but they know how they fundamentals are there, and a lot of people need to start. Like I said, if you're teaching or coaching this game, make sure that you teach and coach the fundamentals, the them playing them playing the right way. It's gonna be a short show today, because OG Sam got to get ready and do his Wednesday tea. But I wanted to touch on a couple things before we got on off here. I know we all big Falcon fans of football season, but um, I want to throw in a little snippet about the Braves. Um, I know good runs come to an end. This with all teams that were like the Braves. Teams that are either dynasties or you have dynasty talk. I don't like what's going on with the Braves because we still got too much talent out there. Last night we watched. Well, last night we played the New York Metropolitans, and I looked down. The score was 5-5 in the fifth inning. Then I turned back on in the eighth inning, and it was 13-5, and we had a fucking position player on the mound. And this like the third or fourth time this year that we've had to do that, where we had to end up game with a position player on the mound. And when I think about that, I think about how in the offseason we let Charlie Morton and Max Fried walk. I don't know what the hell's going on with Alex Anthopoulos. And yeah, if you want to give him credit for making this deal, making that deal, he pushed all the right buttons during the 2021 season. Of course, the year when we won the World Series, but his buttons they've been pushing been not so good ever since. Okay, in consecutive years, you let Freddie Freeman, Dansby Swanson, and Max Fried walk. I understood the Freddie situation because there was just so many fucking underlying factors going on with that Freddie situation. His wife, the health of his kids. He's from California. His wife is a model. The agent doing left hand and underhand shit. His dad out there in California by itself. I get all that shit. It was just a whole bunch of underlying shit going on with Freddie Freeman. So when we didn't re-sign him, that was cool. Okay, why we let Dansby walk? For what? We let Dansby walk, and we've been shit at shortstop. We caught a blessing the first year. Orlando Arcia made an All Star team, but I told a lot of people Orlando just played above his head that year. But he is not a regular everyday shortstop like that. We need to correct that position, and we have yet to correct that position. I like the Nick Allen kid, but he can't hit a parked fucking car with a bat. He played great defense, but he can't hit a parked car. Um, a lot of the slumps that's going on. We had too many slumps going on. Derek, what's going on? We had too many slumps. Matter of fact, everybody make sure that they hit them buttons. All right, make sure they hit them buttons and make sure y'all subscribe to these channels. If you're not part of Truth Sports Entertainment, make sure you subscribe to 6MK Live Mad Mike Podcast, and the same is with the other two channels as far as this channel. Make sure y'all hit them buttons. I need love. I need help. I need subs. Okay, I need to get monetized. Y'all make sure y'all show us love, Truth, with a two sports and entertainment. And right now I'm talking about these Atlanta Braves. Right now, what I'm hearing from Alex Anthopoulos is we're gonna when Ronnie is available to come back, we're gonna play him. And then I saw where Chris Sale is down in Gwinnett, uh, or down in or up in Gwinnett. Why? For what? We we are down there 15 games, y'all. We down there 15 games out of the wild card, the third wild card. And the third wild card, you basically playing one game. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to True Sports Entertainment. Um, hit that link. I need subs. I need subs. For what? What we playing these guys for? Shut these guys down. Shut Acuna down. Shut Strider down. Shut down Chris Sale. All right. If these guys gonna be part of the team next year, shut them down. Bring up some guys from Gwinnett and let them get a shot. Anybody who got any ailments that is part are gonna be part of the future, shut them down. For what? We got too many guys right now on the IR, and so when a couple of them come back, I'll just shut them down, man. This season is over. Brian Snicker's already announced that he's going to be retiring. Okay, I think it's been time. Um, um, the only reason why I kind of backed off of him a little bit because I was ready for his ass to go the year that I was ready for Snick to be gone the year we won the World Series, but I was also willing to give him the benefit of the doubt because when Snick came in here, um, he basically took over a rebuild, and so he brought the team up through the rebuild, and we wound up winning the goddamn. Um, we wound up winning the World Series. So when we won the World Series, yes, outside, um, that's crazy. We wound up. So I'm gonna bring up another situation that happened last week too. So we won the World Series. So yes, of course you give him another a year. You got to give a man a year that just won the World Series. But when we didn't go back in 2022, that should have been his last year. But he's still here. All right. And I try not to be a guy to advocate for a man losing his job in no form or capacity. I try not to be that guy. But Snit been in an organization almost 50 years. So you got to be appreciative of that. But they need a new voice down there. Snit and Rick Kranitz, they got to get up out that dugout. You already got Walt Weiss, Eddie Perez in the dugout. Choose one of them guys to be the manager, and let's move forward. Chipper Jones is another guy who you got to have in the consideration to be a manager, or it don't have to necessarily be from within. It doesn't have to be within the pipeline. I mean, I think the majority of the time the Braves have been here since 1966. Everybody who's managed the team, for the most part, with the exception maybe two guys, um, they come out of the pipeline. The only managers I can think of that didn't come out the Braves pipeline was Chuck Tanner. Um, Shit, that's all I can think of. I didn't know. I don't know much about Dave Bristol. Um, but I think everybody else came out the Braves pipeline some kind of way, whether they was front office or whether a player or a position coach or something like that. A lot of the majority of the managers that came out of that have managed the Braves come out of the damn pipeline. So maybe we need to step outside of the pipeline to get the right guy to come in here and lead these guys because there's too much talent on that team, even with all the injuries for the Braves to be looking this bad. But the game in Cincinnati is the game that bothers me. It bothers me, and it's a game that the Braves won. But the Braves were up. The Braves scored 8 runs in the eighth inning. In the top of the eighth inning, Cincinnati scored 8 runs in the bottom of the eighth inning without getting a fucking out. And then we finally got out of the inning. How many people played triple H that night? What the hell? Braves wound up winning that game in extra innings, but still. Now you gotta put more wear and tear on a pitching staff that's already depleted tremendously due to injuries. Um, this season is a wash to me. Um, a whole lot got to happen for the Braves to even get back in it. So I say just shut it down, man. So oh boy, let's go to the Atlanta Hawks real quick. I got a couple more minutes. I'm gonna ask a question. Why isn't Trey Young signed yet? I'm asking that to all the Atlanta Hawks fans who are favorable of Trey Young. What the hell is going on? Why hasn't the Hawks extended Trey Young? Um, Southside, it's only so much I can say about Mike Harris. I have to not say too much about Mike Harris out of respect for his mom and dad. His mom and dad like brothers and sisters to me. So I'm gonna keep what I got. I had to talk to you on the sidebar about Mike, but I can tell you what I think his problem was early in the season. And this with me talking to his mama. And for any of y'all from the south side of Atlanta, if you're familiar with Banneker High School, which is my pipeline, what I come out of, the lady who works up there named Dr. Harris, that's Michael Harris' mama, Latasha Smith Harris. I went to high school with Latasha Smith Harris. Latasha Smith. And I coached against his daddy. Actually, I coached against Mike and his daddy for years coming up through travel ball. But it's good to see him. It's good to see he got his back going. Um, but getting back to the Hawk, why hasn't Trey Young been extended? I mean, he is the face of the franchise, right? I just want to know. I got my theory, but I'm gonna reserve my theory because a lot of people say I'm too hard on Trey Young, and I'm the biggest Trey Young hater. I need to know why this front office, who everybody's saying doing such a super fantastic job, if they doing such a super fantastic job, what is that telling y'all about them not signing Trey Young? Excuse me, extending Trey Young. Because everybody who came out of his class or around his class, either the 17, 18, or the 19 draft that were worth their weight in salt, everybody been signed. The guy that got drafted 5 slots behind him and wound up being MVP, Finals MVP, and winning a ring, Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. By the way, we got his cousin on the team, Nikhil Alexander Walker, just got his bag. Watch Ray got his bag yet. I need to know why Trey ain't got his bag yet. Flipping over to the other part of the basketball. Right now, the best team in the city right now, believe it or not, is the Atlanta Dream, and I don't think it's even close. I'm gonna say it again: the best team in this city right now, the Atlanta Dream. Right now, the Atlanta Dream is a title-ready team. I'm gonna say it again: the Atlanta Dream is a title-ready team. In years past, if you went through the injury situations that they went through, this team right now be struggling. We done had Jordan Canada miss like the first month of the season. Ryan Howard missed damn near a month. Brittany Griner missed um, a couple weeks. Now it looks like Jordan about to be out again, and this team right now is um, basically tied with the New York Liberty for the second best record in the W, of course, behind the Minnesota Lynx. Um, this team went into Minnesota and beat Minnesota. They won and 2 against the Liberty. They won here, and the 2 games that they lost against the Liberty up in New York. When I tell you this team tricked off big fourth quarter leads in both games, they got to clean that up. Um, if y'all hadn't had a chance to watch them, watch them. They have a legitimate MVP candidate in Alicia Gray. Um, they still got Ryan Howard. You got a first ballot Hall of Famer in Brittany Griner, and you got 6. You have 5 people on that roster. They got championship pedigree. Um, the aforementioned Brittany Griner, the aforementioned Jordan Canada, Breon Jones, Notori Walker Kimbrough, and Nia Coffey. That's big. That's big for that rookie head coach to have that type of experience on that team. They got a budding star and second round pick, um, Tahina Pow. Watch that kid out of South Carolina, can shoot the fucking lights out. She's still young, so she do dumb shit out there. But other than that, she's a baller. Um, I think that right now the most valuable player on this team it should probably get most improved and 6th woman of the year, and that's Naz Hillman. Naz Hillman is an undersized 4 that goes in there and gets after. She crashed the board. She died for loose balls. She blocked shots. She defends. She can shoot the 3. She can take folks out the dribble. She can post up in the paint. To me, that's the MVP of the Atlanta Dream. So, again, I think that's the best team in the city right now. They have a legitimate shot to win it all. Of course, you're going to need everybody healthy, all the main parts healthy. But they have a legitimate shot to win it all. So I'm going to go ahead on and shut it down. Hold on. What'd you say? I'll be honest, OG. Even though I'm a fan of Trae Young, it seems that the front office is not going to give Trae a mega deal based on the type. But here's the thing about that, man. he need to be extended. He needs to be extended. It looks bad on the player and the organization if he's not extended. See, I'm thinking big picture. Even though I'm not, you already know I'm not the biggest Trae Young fan, but it looks bad for him not to be extended. You can still extend, even if you want to get rid of him, you can extend him with a tradable contract. If it's my guess, um, um, they probably done talk to Trey, and Trey probably um, turned down the deal. Didn't like what they offered him, and they just probably keeping it, keeping it under wraps. So where it won't be a big media thing. Another thing, man, Trey needs to stay the fuck off social media, man. Like, you ain't got to give a goddamn reaction to every goddamn thing going on, bro. Because folks are watching you closely. But that's his business. He can do what the hell he want to do. So, in closing, man, look here. What we talked about today. We talked about Raheem Morris versus Arthur Smith. No, it wasn't about who was the better coach. I just feel like if Arthur Smith had been in charge of this roster last year, given the same situations that Raheem Morris is in, I think we would have made it to the playoffs. I'm not saying we would have made a deep playoff run, but you never know. Two teams that was in the championship, hell, we lost one. We lost the one on because we didn't have a kicking game, and we lost and we beat the other one. And the one that we beat wound up being the world champs. And we touched on Falcon, and we touched on Braves, Hawks, and Dream. We're gonna go and get on up out of here. At the top of the hour, everybody who's on, everybody who's locked in with Mr. White Network, make sure y'all go check them out for the Wednesday tea again. Y'all make sure that y'all hit them buttons with Six Man K Live, Mad Mike Podcast, The Truth with the Two TV. I'm gonna put the link in the chat again one more time. If you're not already subscribed, let me get let me get some love now. Let Truth get some love now. Y'all don't be acting funny with the Truth now. Now I ain't too proud to beg. Now I need some love. I need some damn subscribers now. Now, okay. All right, hold on. Because y'all know I ain't the best with these damn devices. All right. I just put it back in there. Make sure y'all hit them buttons. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. And I'm your man, OG Truth with the two HURTZ with a Z. And we always seek and speak truth, hold truth, and nothing but truth. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. We're gonna talk a little wrestling. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get back in the fold. Like I said, we took a few weeks off. So that's about it, y'all. I'm out.
Public service announcement.